Once you grasp this truth that I'm about to tell you, it'll set you free from religion. It'll set you free from parents and moms and family and governments and police, everybody. It'll set you free. And it's simply this: you are divine. God has exploded in a Crab Nebulae explosion, and he has come and manifested himself as billions of people. And you're one of you, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I Am. I am God. It doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. When you say I am God, you have to say, what is God's name? I am. What? I am God. Oh my God, then all the people, Christians run around, I told you they think they're God. I don't think anything on the side. No, Jesus Christ said, the scripture says you are God, and the scripture cannot be broken. So he said it.
Yeah, like I'm not third album.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Ascendant Astrology, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be continuing my dark side of the sign series with Sagittarius. Now, I did date a Sagittarius for 5 years, so this one really resonated with me. I have a Sagittarius sister, and I had a Sagittarius boss, and so I'll be adding my 2 cents in here and there. All right, so Sagittarius male, he is funny. His funny side will blind you to his dark side. They are very good at telling you to go for your dreams and boosting you up, drawing you in and boosting your ego. They are afraid of commitment because they love their freedom. You can be in a long-term relationship with them, but he'll keep pushing the date back in terms of getting married or being engaged for years. They are cheaters. The Sagittarius that I dated for 5 years was actually in a relationship way before he met me, and I didn't even know. I found out, yeah, just about the last year that we were together. And so I think, yeah, they can be cheaters for sure. They have a big sexual appetite. This is my they have holes in different area codes because Sagittarius rules like travel, like long distance travel, and they like to travel. And these are the type of people who will cheat on you, but they'll be cheating with somebody from outside of their city. Because they like to travel so much, they'll use that as an excuse to go spend time with, someone else, and not necessarily a actual partner, but just, they'll go away to cheat. They'll travel to cheat. They are hypocrites, bad with money. They can be dogmatic when it comes to their beliefs. Yeah, they'll argue you up and down about biblical stuff, especially if they're religious, because Sagittarius rules the preacher and religious practices. They can become very argumentative, loud, self-righteous, and insist that they know everything. And if you don't agree with them, they can become violent. They tend to want to be your friend in relationships as opposed to anything else. They can be messy and disorganized. And quitters. They'll start something but won't finish it. Even with their jobs, just like they do with their women, they'll travel to different places, have jobs just to get by while they're in that place. But as soon as they move or go to another city, they'll get another job there. They are gamblers, big time gamblers. They have big dreams but never accomplish them. Big egos, and they might copy your other people's style. They can be preachy. Um, and if you don't agree with them, they'll push you until you do. This much I can assure you, they are extremely fucking annoying. Like, it's so bad. They're so annoying that you'll agree with them just to get them to shut up. They can be always late or no shows, restless and take risks that end up getting them into trouble, sex addicts, lack affection, careless and clumsy. They are forgetful and will try to make it up to you, though. That's the good thing about them. I can attest to that. They can be judgmental or have God complexes, and they hate to plan. The Sagittarius, the dark-sided Sagittarius female is irresponsible. She will place unreasonable demands and burdens on family and friends. I can attest to that. My sister, she's the baby in the family. She's a Capricorn sun. I don't remember what her moon sign. Oh, Aquarius moon and Sagittarius rising. And she can be like that. She's immature, goofy, undisciplined, leave a job for freedom, or want a position of power because, again, they have that God complex. I had a Sagittarius boss when I used to work at the hospital. And oh my gosh, she was so rude. And her training style was horrible. And I'm the type of person who needs to hear stuff over and over again when I'm learning something new, especially I was in the medical records department. So I was super subconscious of like making a mistake and then being like, oh my God, what if it's because of something I did? And so I overthought it a lot, but I always asked for reassurance just to make sure I was doing it right. And I think I annoyed the fuck out of her. But the type of person that I am, when you treat me that way, I could get really super defensive. And so um she had got an attitude, but it was very degrading. And she would like point and be like, this way, like you got it. And I just told her to shut the fuck up one day. I outburst. I didn't give her a second chance. I didn't give her a warning. I felt really bad afterwards, but we got into a real fight. I uppercut her in her chin. I was sitting down and she was standing over me. I think that was the dichotomy that kind of set me off. It's like, don't look down on me. And I just came up from my seat. I was like, right in the freaking jaw, right here. And I was ready to fight her, but she quickly came to her senses and was like, you know what, I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. I apologize, and kind of walked it off, but very angrily. You could tell she wanted to fight me back. But she didn't do that. And she didn't fire me either, which I was expecting to go home that day. And she didn't. And so, of course, obviously, after that, the room was super freaking tense. You can cut it with a knife. And when she left to go like cool off, she went to go smoke a cigarette. And everybody was like, yo, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm sorry if I upset, the office. There's only about 3 or 4 or 5 other people on the team. And so they was like, no, she was being really rude. They confirmed that I had every right to do that, but I probably shouldn't have hit her. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't really my intention. But um, later that day, she pulled me aside when nobody else was around. She was like, I really wanted to beat your ass. Pretty much, she didn't say it in those terms. She was like, if this was any other person, you'd be fired. And I was like, yeah, well, the door's still open. I was just letting her know in so many words that I recognize that what I did was wrong, but I also think that she recognized what she did and she couldn't do anything about it because she knew she would have got in trouble because the whole office was a witness. And she knew that they wasn't gonna lie for her because that was her MO. You could tell that was the way she did it because that's what everybody kind of echoed. And she does the same thing to us too. But nobody ever fought her. And so, you know, I did feel really, really bad. This isn't the first time that I've done shit like that at a job either, but um, in that sense, I say all that to say they can be very, like look down on you or think that they're better than you in a position of power. They usually have, um, like a record for like being locked up or a DUI. Um, they're very reckless, clumsy, especially when driving. They tend to have road rage. They can be disorganized and messy, forgetful, and then catch an attitude when you call them out on it or act dumb. My boss definitely did do that a lot. Um, Now there could be two types of dark-sided Sagittarius women, which is the intellectual type or the ditzy type. Um, they tend to always run late, procrastinate. They can be cocky, conceited, overconfident, tactless, blunt, and insensitive. Yeah. Um, but they can back it up though. I have to say that Sagittariuses don't tend to back down from a fight. They got hands. So I was really surprised that she didn't make a move, but that was again only confirmation to me that she knew she was wrong, and in that position she could have lost her job, and I don't think she was willing to do that, which was very smart and mature of her. Um, they can be spoiled, will throw a tantrum if they don't get their way, or be a poor sport if things aren't fair, even though they're doing the unjust thing. So again, they can be hypocrites, loud and unapologetic, will get drunk and flirt with your man, very impatient, have a bad temper and be violent, justify their bad behavior, bad with money. They tend to be too masculine. This is the type of woman who will belittle her man and tend to get beat up because of it. Um, they're a heartbreaker, a player, free-spirited, promiscuous, and have a lot of sexual experience. These are the groupies in the zodiac. This is definitely the girl gone wild. That theme, that whole storyline, or whatever that is, definitely Sagittarius energy. She will travel for dick. You only live once is her mentality. She there's a lot of broken promises with her. She has ADHD, can be competitive like the Leo, cruel with jokes, pranks, insults, and paybacks. The the term fools rush in is definitely a Sagittarius term for sure. They're attracted to bad boys. Um, they talk a lot of shit, and they tend to talk too much. They can be flaky and cancel at the last moment, hang out with you only for the good times, very superficial, dogmatic, and self-righteous. As mothers, they're oppressive, uh, like the Pentecostal mother, the church mom who kind of have all these restrictions and uh, rigid disciplinary ways of disciplining their children. Um, and then there's the laid back mother that lets things get out of hand and, says things but doesn't do it herself, kind of like, again, the hypocrite idea, the do as I say, not as I do idea is definitely a Sagittarius thing as well. Family, as usual. I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.